hear me? Hopefully you can. I'm in the hobby room. I have both cats behind me. There's Groot's leaving. Rocket's been chilling out by the window. They've been observing any birds that might be coming past. That's the feathered type. Do you want to be sexist? Oh no, this kind of thing. Howdy, Neal Railway. Hopefully you're okay today. Hopefully you're all having a wonderful evening. I saw a few of you that are waiting. I thought that's nice. I gave you a chance and you were here. So I hope you're okay and you've had a wonderful day. It is, what day is it? It's Tuesday. Tuesday is an amazing day. Hello Harris. Choberton Junction. Hey everyone. Zuri Leon. I've got my screen up here, so I'm just going to read that. Hello everyone. And then we've got William. Hello all. Before that we had Top Gear and Tintin Fan 2002. Hello. Top Gear 34. Hello. Redvers Evening or Anfield Road, which is Lee. Hi Lee. You're on there. We have Michael Henfrey. Hi all. So we have 26 of you, which is fantastic. Once we get a few more in, we'll start going through all the bits and bobs of what we're going to be doing tonight. We have Devon and Cornwall train videos. Howdy, how are you doing? For those that want to stay for the whole of the live stream, at the very end, to say goodnight, just behind me you can see two books. We've got James the Red Engine and we have Edward the Blue Engine. We have these two books. I'm going to read a story out of one of them. You can make a vote when we're there. Whether or not you want to listen to it, that's up to you. I enjoy having a little read on the live stream. Didn't do it last time, but it was a comment made to me, why didn't you do the storytelling at the end? So that's that. We have Shambo 69. Greetings from the station master of Carrick Road. Howdy. Phil's Railway. Hi Tris and everyone. I hope you are well. I'm well, thank you. I hope you're okay. Supercar Junction. Hello, William. Yay, bedtime story. Exactly. That's what we're going to be doing. Before that, we're going to be painting up this primed. What is it? It's a large water tower. A large water tower by Wills. One of the Wills kits that I've done. I lost the instructions actually. I built it whilst I was over in Poland with my girlfriend. Came home and I was like, well, we'll figure out the rest later, but there's a lot of painting to do. We got the light stone and dark stone that'll be going on here, so we're going to first airbrush that tonight, and then we're going to be doing the brickwork using the Dan Everson from Tunnel Lane method, using our acrylic paints by Dalla and Rowney. Fantastic low-cost paints which go a long way. Phil Humphreys, hi Tris, keep up the videos, you're an inspiration. Fantastic. Well, thank you. It's nice to be that. David Hall, how are you today? And I wonder what model you're building. Or what model building you'll be doing. Well, obviously this one. So this is going to be good fun. I apologize if I miss anyone. I've got the screen at the time so I can have a look through. Supercar Junction. What's your favourite supercar? I don't know. It probably doesn't. Aston Martin DB7 from when I was a kid, when I went inside one, that was cool. And I like the Lotus 6E as well, because my friend had one, that was kind of cool. Not quite the super duper cars that are out there now, but yeah, that's that. GWR, Div, Trumzoo, one of my newer channel members, thank you for joining. Actually have a channel member video and Patreon video coming out. I was planning to put it out tomorrow night for you all to watch. So you get to get that exclusive. So if any of you want to see the videos early, they'll be on the channel members option. Then we have Jaden D. Noble. You should make a Reverend Audrey model by using the Dapol D-Class and make a 3D model to fit on the chassis and maybe put it up on your website as free files. That sounds like a fun project, something for when I probably have more time. And Western Signalman, evening Tris. Hey buddy. Tom Howson Model Railway. Hi Neil. Hi. Hope you're all okay. Tim Maslin. Evening Tris. Hi Tim. Michael Henfrey. While you work away, I shall use this time to thread some chairs onto rails while watching. That's fantastic. It's good. You should do that. Then we have Kevrail or Co-Rail, Co-Rail or KW Rail. Evening all. Nice to see some original TTE books. Favourite supercar has to be the Morris Marina, surely. Looking forward to that. That's cool. No, GWL, like I said, channel members get to see a bit extra early stuff and you support the channel, so thank you. Banterous Engines, hello. Well, I've got 33 of you in now. I got 18 likes. Thank you very much. Don't forget to hit that like if you're watching. Helps share the love through YouTube, and anyone that might want to see this, that doesn't know about this, might then see it if they like model railways. So what we do is we're going to tilt this down, if this works. I don't know, something like this. And then I've got a little bendy gooseneck thing. Not made out of real gooseneck, but you know, it's something. We'll bend this around, hopefully not drop the phone. And we'll see how this looks for you. Does that look good? We'll be able to tilt this round. You'll be able to have a nice look at that. And it means we can paint it and do everything, airbrush it, and we go from there. David Hall, what's your most favourite logo from the Big Four? My favourite at the moment is the Albert because I don't have it. Once I have it, I'll probably like something else. I like the City Class. I like the outside frame logos. Never used to. I love it more now. GWR. I'll just call you GWR for this one. Any thoughts on the new SECR Dion? Is that the one that Daypole do? I'm not too familiar with the SENCR logos. Harris, while you work away, I'm going to be making a Metcalfe engine shed kit. Fantastic. I've recently done an engine shed kit, which will be on my latest video, which will be coming out soon. Oswestry Road, TMD. Hi, Tris. Howdy. How are you doing? Tim Maslin, what model is this? So this is by Wills. This is a Wills kit. And I don't know where the packaging is for it, but it's the large water tower. I picked up from Tony's Trains of Rugby. Go check out Tony's Trains of Rugby. He has all these wonderful items in. Not just logos, but he has all the extra bits to go there. I've got a nice big tankard of Diet Coke for tonight, with lots of ice to keep me going. We might be here for a few hours, so hopefully that will last. I don't have a helper to come and give me more. So the first task of what we're going to be doing tonight. Everyone watching, if you're watching later after the live stream has happened, hello. I hope you're enjoying watching and listening to me waffle on about all of this. But we have my Hobbynox airbrush. I got the Hobbynox ones because one that we sell at work. I work at a company called Schumacher Racing, and so I get, you know, some family discount. But it's been all right. I don't know so much about them that I can tell you, well, this one's better than that one. But I've got the one with the 0.8 nozzle on it, which means it kind of flows easier with acrylics and stuff like that. So that bell jingling behind me is my cat's having an itch. I turned him into a Morris dancer because he keeps chasing after birds. So I thought we'll turn him into his worst enemy in regards to getting hold of birds when he's running over there jingling away. Jaden DeNoble, I refitted the buffers on my Railways Series Percy model. Fantastic. Were they different ones, same ones again? Did you repair the ones that you already had? So the paint that I'm going to put down is for the light stone. That goes just across here, and that's going to go in here. But I'm going to put a little bit of airbrush flow improver in with it. And the airbrush flow improver will make it flow better. It's crazy that, isn't it? I'll mix it around a little bit once it's in there too. I'll just grab a little paintbrush that I use for that. I use a cheap, if you look up, get some like nail art paintbrushes. You can get them for, I don't know, it's like £1 or £2, and you get all sorts of different ones which are good for, well, even good for painting, as well as all your dirty tasks and all that kind of thing. John JMC, howdy, hope you're okay. Used to have a chassis on my RC cars by them. That's cool. It's cool. Harris, I'm a little far from Tony's Trains Rugby. I'm located right down the south of England. Well, there are other model shops out there as well. Obviously, Tony's Trains of Rugby is the best. Hopefully, Tony's watching this and he's thinking I'll give him 50% off for saying that. And that's also a test because he doesn't like it when I say that. Then Oswestry Road TMD, a large prairie tank and a manor. Okay, you've said that because you were saying my favourite 3 locomotives are the Great Western Kings in our BR Western form. You do need to pay Tony a visit and buy lots of things from him, John JMC. John JMC, go check out his YouTube channel. Anyone on here that has a YouTube channel, of course, you should check out everyone else's YouTube channel. I have a YouTube channel as you're watching it now, and I appreciate it when you will come and watch. So go and check each other out, have a look at each other's profiles and see if you have anything. 50% and a free brew at the very least. Exactly. That's exactly what Tony should give me next time I go in there, for giving him a shout out. Though I would like to keep Tony open and not have 50% off and him go broke. So I will spend my money in there very gladly, because I enjoy Tony's company. So it's an excuse for him to be stuck with me for an hour or two when I go there. So I've put this airbrush paint in, and I call it airbrush paint because it's aimed at the airbrushes. It's the Model Air stuff by Vallejo, and that's fantastic because I put the tiniest amount of flow improver in there. And yeah, it normally works. You can put it straight through the airbrush with a 0.8 nozzle, but I'm a bit, you know, a bit soft and think, oh, what if it gets bunged up? And then I'm messing around for ages trying to get it out. So, but what I do before I start airbrushing, I've got a little area here which I've started covering. I don't care. I've got one side for modelling and one side for painting. So I'll just get it going. The flow improver will come through first, and then we'll gradually see our colour building up here. Okay, don't want to have too much going on. I'm going to start small. We can start on the bricks because that's fine. And absolutely almost nothing is coming through at the moment. I was using it earlier and it was playing up on me, and it was a little bit blocked. So always pretty good normally, but it's already showing some signs of being a git. So what I do normally, I have a little workaround and try and free it up, twizzle the needle around to try and encourage any bits that kind of dried up in the paint, and then they've tried to come through and they like block us up, don't they? So giving it a little kind of unblock if you can is always very helpful. Screw the end back on here. I thought what would happen is I'll pretend that I have a mask on, Neal. I don't have one with me. I'm aiming it away from myself for now, and you'll just have to scold me. I do apologise, but wear a mask, don't copy me. So now that's coming out. So we're going to go and do this area here, and I work my way up. And as you can see, it's going nice and lightly. I'm full power, not too much is coming out here. When it's flowing well, it comes out very quickly. It's not even coming out now. Come on. That's it. So I have to give it a good pump. Well, what's happening is because you guys are on, it means it's not really working very well. Okay, right, it's coming out now. It's on grey primer as well, so it's going to take a lot more work to get this working. But I'll do this first, and then we can do the brickwork after. I'm assuming you can hear me whilst I've got the airbrush going away and it's spraying. Or it sounds a lot louder when I'm doing the work. Well, that's not coming out very easily. Yeah, what's a mask, Harris? So yeah, there's a shout out for TMC there, which is all great. TMC, what are they doing? That's cool. £126 sounds pretty good. I'll have to visit Tony's Train, says Oswestry Road. On my way up from Devon, go say hi and say Tristram sent you from Double O'Neill. Hi everyone, says Lee. Hi. Then we got Bangotchu Junction. Hi Lee. I did see TMC email, just sent a loco back to them. What was wrong with the loco? We got problems. So I'm not having fun with my airbrush at the moment. What I sometimes do is a bit of airbrush cleaner up the end of it. I'm just going to have one of those times where everything's going to go wrong. At times I use the airbrush and have no troubles. So really get it apart and have another go. Well, This is a fun one, isn't it? You never used to wear one either. But the nice thing is it's acrylic, so I know it's a little bit less, but there's still particulates that my body won't appreciate. So when I am organised, I do put a mask on from time to time, but I am lazy, so I will be honest, which isn't good. No. See if we can get this going. So one thing that I don't like about acrylics, apart from the fact that they're so easy to use, that it's very hard to use. So yeah, it's a little bit of a pain. There's probably something bunged up at the bottom. So what we do is we'll pour it back in. I'll probably need to filter it, arguably, when I put it back together. This is my light stone colour. I don't really want to paint it by the brush because it won't look as nice as if I airbrushed it, but I feel like I should just paint it with the brush. Yeah, that's what I'm doing, that's right. How's the 009 now? It's the same as when you last saw it, John. The plan is to do some work on it ready for... Oh, she's going. So yeah, the plan is... Oh, I got us a bit of spray. Okay, so we got it going then. Must have got the bit out. No one's going to be looking at my railway anyway, right? No one's going to notice any splodges. The bad side can be the back side, right? So with the 009 layout, my plan is leading up to October, which is when my Model Railway Club's going to have its show, was going to be a case where I want to make like a different fiddle yard for it. Can you guys hear me whilst I'm spraying? I feel like I'm being antisocial. You come on here and all you can hear is a compressor and an airbrush squirting away. So, yeah, it's coming a lot better now. Yeah, you can hear me. That's good. If not, you can just watch what I'm doing. Put some music on, chill out. So what are you all doing whilst you're working away on your hourways? Are you working away on your hourways? Working away on your modelling? Are you just chilling out, reading a book, trying to get inspiration? Bored out your brains? Thought you'd watch me do 00 Neal? And did you see my Facebook post to say that I'm doing this? To go, hi guys, I'm doing modelling. My plan is to paint this whole thing tonight. It's easy, right? Nice and easy. Last time we were on, we had the engine shed going. Chilling on the sofa with the wife. Say hi to the wife for me. I'm sorry if I miss anything anyone's doing. I'm kind of looking at what I'm spraying in my patchy way. What pressure do you use while airbrushing? Higher than I should do. Nope, sparkling it there. This is going to be the back side. I think I'm on like 25 towards 30 for the acrylics to help push it through. There we are, getting a bit of a good coat on here. Coming together, right? Look at this. Doing well, aren't we? Paper Jedi, thank you for your live streams. They help me get through my A-level exams by helping me zone out of constant revision. I understand that one. My pleasure. I'll be reading out comments as I look up. I apologise any that I miss. Write them again if I've missed stuff. and you're thinking, hey man, you're ignoring me. No, I'm not, I promise. I'm painting something. So, yeah. Western Signalman, doing scenics on the TT tonight. Tried gluing the turf down with acrylic primer after picking up the wrong can. Now I have white grass. Well, that's fantastic. Any airbrush tips for someone thinking about buying an airbrush? Well, what do you want to do with it? What paints do you plan to use? Because I don't paint enamels. I'm not painting with them yet. I paint acrylics. And acrylics, apart from what you saw at the beginning of this, are generally pretty easy too if you thin them down enough. But the thicker you can run it through, you're gonna, I don't know, less coats you put on and less detail that you lose, all that kind of stuff. So that's kind of my thing on here. I use a 0.8 needle. Is that coming out? Come on. Okay, let's do another go. There we are. Put your finger over the end, let it bubble up. One way to unblock it. Cool, so we've got something going there, right? I use low pressure for big areas, but higher for precise painting. Okay, that's cool. She says hello. She remembers you from Nando's night. Well, how can you forget me? That was that charming young man opposite the table. Good to have a drink. Acrylics only, and we'll use it for weathering and painting. Okay, that's cool. The things are, like, my 0.8 needle is more than enough to do all the jobs that I like to do. For basically, we paint by colours a lot of the time in the model railway world, and when you do it like with a 0.8, so you come in here, I would say like weathering under here, you know, I can imagine this is a darker colour trying to make it look at dirty. You know, you've not absolutely coated this, you've got a good amount of control. Obviously I've got spitty bits coming on this one, but obviously spray off the page first and then have another go. I'm just painting by numbers at the moment. But thin your paints is always good. I haven't thinned these enough really. I've been a bit lazy. But that's okay. That's what I do. Flow improver. Put a bit of that in. Phil's Railway. I've spent a bit of time putting light and lamps on the 6-wheel Rapido guard's van, plus the guard having a cuppa. Nice. Well, good. Good for you. So, let's thin the old paint out, because I'm not doing that enough. I'm being a very bad painter. X Trains, how's it going? Hi X Trains, how are you doing? Right. You're playing video games? Well, fantastic. What games are you playing? Sorry for the antisocial nature of everything, everyone. I hope it hasn't kept you away too much. Driving a miniature steamer in a game. Cool, nice. Has anyone got any plans for the weekend? Any Rawi related plans? Visiting any model shops? Anyone visiting Tony's Trains of Rugby? I'm afraid I won't be there if you do. I wish I was. Go and buy something that I don't need at the moment. But I do most times I go and I love it. Like the airbrush is behaving at the moment. Fantastic. It's good, isn't it? If I was using a paintbrush, I wouldn't be able to get this so nice. I've saved up for class 37. Nice. Which one are you going to get? Oh, it's coming out a lot faster this time. That's more like it. Gonna give it a clean up. Kind of make it all bubbly, but what I'm doing is kind of knocking it back through the other way. Well, I would go to Tony's, but it's kind of far away because I live in Portugal. Well, there's an argument that's a good enough reason not to go. Coming out nicely. Starting to look good. Tim Maslin. Nope, I went to Trident Trains last Friday. I came back with a Siphon G medical car when all I wanted was some station editions. Oh, I know that one. Oh, we're getting there with the old colourings. I'll be signalling on the big Rawi this weekend. That's cool. We're getting there with the old airbrush paint, aren't we? Cool. On the other side. Hello, Dad. John Neal's in the house. Everyone say hi to John Neal. That's my dad. He's the reason why I have no money. Get me back into this hobby. Connor Wakes says hi to my dad. Hi, John. Is Mum watching, Dad? You've shown her. Wow. Well, say hello to Mum for me, will you? No. I think this is going to look alright. Get our base colour down. It's coming out alright. actually looks kind of pretty decent. I'll cut back round to it for one last third time. She says hello, hello. Oh, well, good night, William. You take care. I take it you live in a very train-loving family. Well, yes, that's very, very much the case. We are sympathetic to trains. You know, we like them in most shapes and sizes. Cool. It's coming along, isn't it, this colour? And then we'll obviously let this dry for a minute, and then we're going to have some fun doing the work on painting the dark stone, and then we're going to paint the bricks afterwards. It's going to be a long night, everyone. Hope you're settled in your seats. Blocking up again. Don't know, I must need to kind of filter this paint because it's got like little bits that are making everything stuck. There we are. Getting there. It's looking good. It's not a bad view, is it, for you guys? See, Dale Redrum, hello, howdy. Hope you're okay. Got another channel member in here. We've got Colin, got Dale, and GWR over there. You'll have your new channel member video coming out tomorrow. It's all the engine shed stuff, so you'll be able to enjoy that. Let's do this end again. I saw Flying Scotsman at Haworth a few weeks ago. Fantastic. Why did you decide to use the airbrush instead of a brush? I just find that with the airbrush, especially for when I'm doing plain side of things, I just get a nicer finish. My paintbrushing skills are not good enough in regards to getting that smooth finish. So, it's going to work fast, that one. I take it you're all happy with the view of how I'm doing this. Got a bit too much paint over there. Right, let's do this back side a bit more. And this should be the last of it for this one. Oh, shouldn't come off power like that. Hello Mike, hope you're okay. I just started to use my airbrush today, perfect timing. You're showing me how, that's cool. I'm showing you how not to do it. Gotta concentrate when you come off, especially when you're building up loads of paint around the nozzle. When you come back off the power, it collects. Just make sure when you come off, you're in a sacrificial area. But way to unblock it is get your finger over the end and then give it little bits of bubbles come up and it knocks back any blockage that might be in there and then it gets going again. I'm just going to use up what paint's in the airbrush. We'll just cover the area a bit more. Should be good. I think that's looking okay. Maybe a bit weak on this side, but a bit of paint come up. I've got a little afro going on here of bubbles. So So I think that would be all that. I thought you would be doing some work on my layout. Okay. I would join you doing it. Oh, I see, Mike. Hello, New Junction. Say hello to Richard, everyone. With a 0.4 nozzle, the compressor at 1.82 bar. You don't have to hold the airbrush so close and you'll be finished in no time. Well, I'll have to try that sometime, definitely. So I'm going to put the remaining paint in here. Hello, GWI. Considering starting to airbrush myself, any recommendations on an okay airbrush? And well, basically, like compressor wise, you get the best you can afford, like with that kind of thing. Just one that's consistent, and like mine's by Hobbynox. It's the 1/4 horsepower one. They do a 1/6 horsepower one, but obviously there's a cost that goes behind it, so you have to consider that when you're doing it. But there are some fantastic kind of small air compressors, but you just got to find someone that's already got one. Go on YouTube, spend some time looking at what other people have found to be good as well. Not ones that have been sent it by a company for free and they're getting giddy, so they're going, oh, it's great, even though it's probably terrible and you shouldn't listen to them at all. So yeah, it's a hard one. There are some really cheap ones out there that I've had in the past and they've just not been good enough. Really, they've had all sorts of trouble with it, and you're thinking it's your airbrush or the way you're going about things, but it just turns out it's got no oomph or consistency to it. But you know, there's a lot out there, so yeah, just check it all out and have a little look. So we're going to put the airbrush away now, for now, anyway, at least. Just going to clean it up whilst we're here, because I can't just leave it and it will go bad on you. So we've got a few of you in now. I've got 47 watching. I feel honoured with a few all having a little watch. So what am I doing tonight? If you don't already know, I'm building up a great, well, it's going to be a Great Western Railway large water tower. It's by Wills. I bought it from Tony's Trains of Rugby, the only place that you should buy model railway parts from. But if you are in other areas, I'm sure that they'll be very good and happy to sell you things. Tony's my favourite. He's my local and I get really well with him. So I try and support him where I can and how I can. So I will be doing some shameless promotions to help him out. So, yeah. Did you get 50% off? Well, so I spoke to him about that and he shook his head. So I think I need to do a better job this time. If all of you could go on his website and order like a loco each, that's only 47 of you. So 47 of you times, let's say an average of £110 on a loco. That's a lot of money that he'll make tonight. So maybe he'll give me 50% off after that. What do you think? Do you think that will happen? So let's empty out what's left of the airbrush. Put a bit of airbrush cleaner in there and let that draw through. You can see in the end here that there's some here, and it's not really going down very much, so it's a bit stuck. So what I do is I get my brush and I wiggle it around, try and irritate it, and encourage it. So it shows I need to take my airbrush apart and give it a good clean, because at the moment I'm completely failing in regards to having a well operational airbrush. So yeah, what we can do is I'll get my cup and just pour in the excess and get the extra out. Only if we also, well, you know, I reckon he might give you retail. Yeah, you might get retail 110. You know, like, well, you know, I'm just throwing it out there on a number. For 1990s, 110, you would have got something special for 110, wouldn't you? So I think you could buy a lot for £110 back then. So what we do, get my screwdriver, because we're probably going to use the varnish lid here. Anyway, just got some Bush graffiti decals. Nice. That would be cool for graffiti. Tell him Tris sent you. Yeah, that's right. Well, don't say to Tony, Tris said, oh, you know, you'll get 50% off. I think you should pay him 100% of the price. And then when I go in, they'll go, oh my word, all these kind people bought all these things from me. And I'm going to give you 50% off from now on. In 1990s, you could get an 040 and 3-wagon train set for £40. Those were the days. Yes, that's very true. The days of Mega Drives and Nintendos. It's my childhood, that is. What we got here? Michael Henry. Right, that's another 100 chairs threaded. Well done. Only a few thousand more to go, but that can be for another night. Well, why stop when you're going so well, huh? You make a nice cup of coffee. Well, I've not made too many cups of coffee in my life, but yeah. It's 53 of you watching now. It's a record. So glad you're all sticking around, enjoying yourself, watching me clean my airbrush out. 40 quid will get you half a wagon these days. Oh, it depends what scale it is, because Rapido's wagons are, what are they? They're about 20 odd quid, aren't they? You can get the cheap ones from Dapol, but I always find that the frames should be painted on the Great Western Railway ones that they do. But I understand what they're doing when they're trying to get them out at a good price. And obviously, like, the ones from Bachmann are like, £18-20, aren't they? So, yeah. My fault for using a finer needle and not having thinning enough. Once I switched to a 0.4 needle, it flew a lot better. Well, I use a 0.8, which should mean I shouldn't have any problems, which normally I don't have any problems normally, but tonight I do. So basically, give it a clean afterwards, and then you can settle by putting it away and knowing it's not going to be all jammed up, and then you come to it next time. If not, you can just clean it up next time a bit more. So I know Tony's Trains watched my last stream. He watched some of it. He said he watched and he didn't comment saying he was Tony's Trains. And I thought, Tony, I could have got all excited and said, my friend Tony's Trains is here. So maybe he is here. Maybe he's already left a comment. So last time we were here, we told some good jokes. Well, we tried. I did a dad joke. But yeah, they weren't that funny. But there was a couple that came on and I was, I don't know if they're impressive or not. But I think that I'd like to see some better jokes this time. Something that would make me laugh, possibly. It's always an option. So just giving this little clean out. Some people, well, I used to be put off by airbrushes. I thought, oh, but you're going to spend ages cleaning it out. But it's fine. It's just, you take a few bits off and give a little wiggle around. And yeah, that's it. Be careful of the pointy bit. Don't bend it. Pop that in there. Pop it back in. What I do is I run a bit more airbrush cleaner through it, just to make sure it's coming out quickly. And all I do is I just make sure I can see it on here. You see, I've got a bit of colour coming out with it still, so there's still something there. Keep running it until I feel it's gone clear. So it's getting clearer and clearer. Okay, so that will be enough. A lot of time things are stopping because the paint's drying up or there's something in there. Phil says, stick your nozzle in the water or whatever cleaner you're using, pull the trigger, helps the cleaning process. Well, we're kind of done now, but I'll try that next time. But I need clean water when I do it because this water's a bit bleh. So I need a clean water for next time. My O-ring's a bit mucky as well. No one likes a mucky O-ring, do they? So my next video, everyone, if you do watch my videos, my next video is going to come out on Friday. And it's about doing my engine shed. Like I've said before, for my channel members, the video is going to come out tomorrow. Or very late tonight, depends if I get onto it. And you can watch that. Talking over the 1990s, was there anything in the Hornby catalogue that you ever dreamed of having back then? I don't know. I'd have to look at it now and look back thinking the younger version of me would have liked that. There was the military one, wasn't it, where things kind of like fired off and stuff like that. That was kind of, as a kid, pretty cool. So, right, that's that. The next step that we are going to do, my friend, is paint these in the dark stone colour that I use. Then we have McNavitris. If you put a tiny bit of Vaseline on your finger and slide the needle through it, it will never stick to any remaining paint. I see. First of all, I need some Vaseline, so I need to go buy some Vaseline to do that. Something fun about the word Vaseline. Alright, let's give my paint a good old shake. Got my little pot here. Very professional looking pot there from good old Hobbycraft. Crunch on some ice for my drink. Now we're going to enjoy using the paintbrush. Now these are brushes by, I think it's Kowalski. Kowalski, I think it is. It's a Polish company, and they use the Klinsky Sable brushes. And, they're pretty cheap. When I go over there, I pick them up from some of the model painting kind of places. So basically, get some of this out. We're going to put some in here. We're going to thin it out a little bit. Never too keen on the Velvet acrylics. They kind of, I feel like the pigment isn't super strong, and then you thin it out, and it's just not as nice as some of the other paints I use. And always kind of goes glossy, kind of sticky when we're doing it. Let's try and do it from an angle so you can enjoy it. I also use isopropanol to clean. Yeah, well, I think in my airbrush cleaner, it's got some of that in it. So just take my time, don't rush it. Try not to focus too much on the screen and spend a bit more time watching. But any brush will do, I'm sure. The one thing that we don't want to do is paint the light stone where we don't want to paint the white stone. Under here, I'm thinking it's going to be brickwork under here, right? So I probably don't want to paint that in the light stone. This will just be brick. So I've got to make sure I don't get too excited. I like the Schoen Vallejo cleaner as well. I see. It doesn't smell. It's got a little bit of a smell to a little bit of a smell, but I haven't smelled the other ones, so I don't know if they smell much worse. So because I'm doing this on camera, I do it at more awkward angles, just for the sake of the show business. I'm looking forward to doing the brickwork on this. Should be good. Oh, of course it's going to be good. It's going to be amazing. That's true. It doesn't smell like isopropanol. That's very, very true. So, try and paint between the big old rivets holding this big bath together. The water tower. Probably held a few thousand gallons on this. Or quite a few thousand. That's that middle bit. Bring that one around. So anyone that's come in since the start, this is a water tower for my Great Western Railway layout, because of course the Great Western is the best railway, as you all know. Just block the view for a second. Quite like the Great Western Railway, but I do like some of the other ones as well. Let's try and keep in the lines. I thought I went a bit over there, but I think we're going to get away with that. Quite enjoy these kind of bits because it brings something together when you start having those uniform colours and divisions that are on the models. Did you ever find your first? Did you ever find back your first little Lego? You mean my narrow gauge one? Yeah, I found that one. If that's the one that you mean, I just put it somewhere really safe, but didn't realise it. I was really happy when I found it as well. It was like a long lost cat coming back to you, kind of thing. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, no, I did find it. I was really disappointed though because I wanted it for when I obviously going to the show at Stapfold Barn. So it was a bit of a shame, but fine. So I'd like to do another one of them using a Percy chassis. I've got one on a Bachmann one on order with Tony's trains. He has put one on order, and they will come when they come. Is the end of it really? So it'd be cool. Isn't it always the way? Put something safe and never find it again. That's right. I think it's up in the loft now somewhere, staying safe. The chassis was pretty terrible on it. It was one of these Airbrushing ones, an Italian-made chassis. And I'm sure when it was new, it was very good, but you needed some weight on it to make it run nicely. And it's reasonably light. You know, I've added bits of weight, but you know, you can't. Yeah. If you would make that loco in 3D for sale, I would buy it. Yeah, I thought about it, but I haven't got a chassis for it to fit at the moment. I need to get the back from one, and my thoughts was I can do that and then pop it on my Double Neal website that I've got. You could support the channel if you buy one of them, and I can buy more trains to show you me painting them, or running them on the layout, or doing something on the railway anyway. So I enjoy doing these projects. It's motivating when you've got people that watch and seem to enjoy it. The big benefit is that you get things done when everyone's watching, and when you're sometimes doing projects at home, sometimes they don't get finished because no one's on your back with them. But with these, I feel kind of responsible to get things done, you know, and it's quite nice having that as a hobby. I'd have to have a YouTube channel for tidying my house, and it'd be really tidy all the time, wouldn't it? Coming along nicely. So I put my little fan on. Hopefully it's not too noisy. Can you hear my fan buzzing away, or is it not too bad? It's got a hot face when I do live streams. Get all excited. Is anyone gonna go watch I bet there is a tidying channel out there. Yeah. People power. No problem. Good idea. I start live streaming as well to get my house cleaned up. Okay, thank you, Lee. Thank you. Yeah, is anyone watching Indiana Jones when it comes out? The new one? Because I am. It's going to be amazing. Unless, of course, no one here likes Indiana Jones. I'm a bit of a movie person, so I enjoy watching a good film. Once I've got the layout going upstairs, we'll have to take the phone upstairs and we'll do some live streams from up there sometime if you're all happy chatting away, hanging out as I play up there. Or maybe we just go back and forward all the time, you know, treat it like a big terminus. So, it's a bit hard painting these rivety centre bits. Get the old paint in there. They're quite pronounced, really. Like if that was scaled up as a big old bolt holding it together. Tim, no, they should have stopped after the third one. Oh, okay. Okay, I feel like you feel emotional about it. How many have there been then? Has there been 4 so far? I'm going to watch it. I'm hoping it flips. Sorry. What does flip mean? Flops. Oh, I see flops. Okay, that makes more sense to me. Well, you know, if it flops, fine. But I'm hoping it entertains me if I'm going to sit there for a little bit of time. Crystal Skull was awful. The fourth was also so weird. Hello, Northern Line Junction. As I said before, everyone, I've got 2 books. I'm going to read a story out of one of them. Those 2 books are James, the Red Engine, and Edward, the Blue Engine. So you're going to be in for a treat. Though I do expect half of you to disappear when I read it. So if you're watching and you are watching this after the stream is aired, hello. I hope you're okay. Having a wonderful day. I was thinking, I'll probably get this painted by the end of the night. I don't think that's going to happen. But we can always try, can't we? Only because I want Catherine Kennedy sacked at Lucasfilm for ruining Star Wars. But that's a different chat, I see. Trying to do this without getting the bits that I intentionally painted light stone. So this is dark stone. Get cat hairs randomly appear when I'm doing things, which is always a nightmare if I'm painting a loco and I've got a lovely panel and then a hair appears. I'm like, no. So I have to wait for it to dry, gently pull away the hair, and then you're okay again. Ohio Steam and Steel, hello. Got 55 of you on. I hope you're okay. I don't know if I'm going to do every Tuesday, every week. You know, might get all my hobby stuff done if I did it every Tuesday, wouldn't I? But it's nice doing this. Getting there. Western Sigmund. I've already had one Thomas story this evening. I read The Boy Thomas, and I see the Red Boy Thomas and the Evil Diesel. The Diesel. Is it coughs and sneezels spread diseases? Not that I've watched any Thomas ever much. Do you know, if I'm having a bad day and I can't think what to watch on TV and I don't know what to do with myself, on YouTube I'll type in Thomas Tank Engine Series 1 UK and I listen to a Beatle read me as well as watch a wonderful series of Thomas the Tank Engine. Or if I'm sick, you know, I'm like really poorly, I'll put it on and yeah, I'll go to sleep as Thomas is being cheeky to Gordon because I don't make it past the first episode, which is only like 4 minutes long anyway. I think the nice thing about it is, you know, when I was growing up as a kid, I would have been tiny when that was on. And so it's like my early memories in the push chair, not in the little chair, in the, you know, the baby chair, the high chair, that's it. In the well, either in the kitchen or the lounge, watching that. It's weird how you can remember such things when you're that small. I sit down and watch it with my boy when he has it on. Well, you'll be like, oh, shall we watch this? And you're like, yeah, watching it for him. And it's secretly for you, isn't it? I love it. Like, How to Train Your Dragon, absolutely love that series. I think there's been 3 movies, isn't there? Brilliant. I think I watched it when my family had it on, and I thought, this is brilliant. And I watched the second one, and then the third one came out in the cinema, and I went and watched it. That was cool. AI French. Hello, AI French 14. I wonder if Richard Audrey is watching this. It'd be cool. Is this an Anthony French? Did you see Thomas layout in last year's Morley? I did. I saw it there, and I saw it at Stapfold Barn when the wonderful Tony's Trains and Joey Evans arranged a show that had Luke come down and show it off at the show. Was there, which is cool, and they had loads of people from the railway that kind of support all that. So that was very, very cool. Here's trouble. That's right. Got 60 people watching now. What are you all doing watching me painting one of my model railway things? We're getting through the tankard slowly. What I need is a Tony's Trains cup to drink from. Because what happens is I sometimes go to the shop and I'm very lucky and Tony makes me a cup of coffee, which is always very nice of him. Unless there's lots of people in the in the shop, and it doesn't always happen because, you know, he is busy. But he could train me how to use the kettle, I guess, and I could make one for him. It's a good idea, isn't it? How do you all have your coffee? Do you have it blonde and sweet as it comes? Do you just have it purely, well, I guess black, you know, no sugar, no milk? Do you have it strong, black and hot? Your airbrushing rolling stock. Cool. Nice. Good job. Good evening, Mark. Hello, Wooten Hall. GWR. No coffee, only tea. That's fair enough. Someone's got to drink it, right? Or is it go to waste? And what tea do you have when you have tea? Do you have Tetley? Do you have Yorkshire Earl? Do you have PG Tips? Or do you have green tea? Preferred tea over coffee. Only really drank coffee when I was a sailor. Fantastic. That's kind of cool. You got a sailor in the house, everyone? Yorkshire, Yorkshire. We've got 2 for Yorkshire here. Hi, Mark. HTM, says Neal Railway. GWR. Yorkshire, Earl Grey, Mint 2.0, or Vanilla Mint Chai. Well, chai is just tea, right, though? Because some people say chai tea, but that just means tea. Tetley or Chosa, the New Zealand brand, a high steam and steel says. Hi, Clive. Hello, Northern Line Junction, I'd apologise. New Junction Double Neal collab. Well, we do that every time we go to Tony's. We collab. We go in there, cause all sorts of havoc. Tony gets no work done, and then we leave. AI French, whatever I can afford. New Junction bought me PG tips once. Nice. It's very fancy. It's nice of you, Richard. So I buy Tony cakes and you buy him PG tips. Is that so he'll make you a cup of tea when you're in there? It's a good idea, isn't it? I see. Says GWR. He doesn't say this is I. But this is a specific name of a tea. So I thought I'd do an Irish accent then. Which then I get accused of doing an Indian accent, which was not the intention. Someone that's good impressions is Tony. He's very good at doing the Jamaican accent. I quite enjoy that whenever he does it. Wheezy, hello. Wheezy, did you send me a small book? Because I sent a present to my work, and it was from someone called Chris, but they didn't put a last name. And it's very kind if it was you. I think it is you. Please let me know if it is you. New Junction. It's why I wasn't getting the 5-figure discount. What, instead of 50% off? I see. Do you just get 100% off instead, Richard, when you're in there? Northern Line Junction. Laugh your faces. GWR. Heh. All fair play. Northern Line Junction. Say beer can sand wedge. I learnt a word today. It's called assume, but it makes an arse out of you and me. And that's, when you write it up. Wheezy. Not me, sorry. Still got that train stuff here whenever you fancy picking it up. I forgot all about that, actually, Chris. Sorry. That means I don't know where that came from then. I got a present in the post at my work. I work at Schumacher Racing if anyone wants to send me a present. It's always nice to have a present. So I get things delivered there, you see. It's fine. We're working our way around this slowly, aren't we? Just don't want to mess it up. But the bad side can just be the back side, can't it? That should be right. A bit too much on the paintbrush. It's gone quiet, isn't it? No one's saying anything. Go on. I asked for a joke on here. No jokes have come up yet, unless I missed it. Last time there were some terrible ones. I'm waiting for some better ones this time. I want to see some effort with the jokes this time. Otherwise I'll have to do some terrible ones. Watch out later this week, Dylan. I'm skinned. Okay. Richard is living the dream over at Curious Scale. They need to slow down on modern era releases. Well, what they need to do is do more old stuff. I've asked Richard if he can put a good word in for me, and then make an Aberdare. I'll be very appreciative, and I'll buy one from them to make it all worthwhile, them doing that project. Well, I might even buy two, just to make it worth their while. I'm sure it doesn't cost too much money to do a project, right? You're not late, Alan Barker. You're early for tomorrow. Don't you worry. It's all fine. I think it's Severn Valley Railway this weekend. You've got the 1940s weekend, haven't you, where everyone dresses up in really old clothes, right? Anthony French. I went to KFC earlier. I didn't even know Kentucky had a football team. I guess that was okay, Mr. Anthony. That wasn't my real laugh either. Maybe Richard can get a Cura scale to pre-install figures in the models. Yeah, I think that's a good idea. They would have Richard there doing it for him. Hey, Riccardo, come on, man. You need to put the figures in the model. That's my Italian accent, not my Indian accent. New Junction. I asked a train driver how many times his train had derailed. He said, I'm not sure. It's hard to keep track. Two conspiracy theorists walk into a bar. You can't tell me that's a coincidence. Which end would you put them in? Maybe Richard can get... Oh, yeah, okay, wait. That's true. Well, you put them both ends, can't you? When the lights go off, you can't see him anymore, right? Right, we've had some jokes here. I asked a pilot how often he crashed... I asked a pilot how often planes crash. He said, just once. That's very true. I went into a shop the other day and I asked for some helicopter crisps. And the owner said, I've only got plain. I think I said that joke last week because I only know about 3 jokes. Because of some of the people that I work with, I only know ones that you can't really say. You get incriminated. Maybe the sexist. Or just downright rude. New Junction. I've always liked one-liners. That's why I'm a fan of monorails. Did you make that one up? Like a railway one. Wooden tour. 2 dogs are walking along a street. They are passed by a 3rd dog driving a lorry load of logs. One turns to the other and says, he'd start fetching a stick and built up a business from there. What do you call a chalk ice with a moustache? Magnum PI. New Junction. Ticket inspectors. You've got to hand it to them. A friend of mine always wanted to be run over by a live steam train. When it happened, he was chuffed to bits. I'm still waiting for one that would make me laugh. 2 fish in a tank. One says to the other, how do we drive this thing? A friend of mine... Oh, okay, I'll read the same one. What's red and smells like blue paint? Red paint. I see. I feel like I don't get it at the same time. But thank you for trying, Alan. Jaguar 0137 says, Friend of mine quit his job working for the press and got a train to leave town. It was an express train. Oh. Dale Redrum. A friend got to the final of a local model railway competition. He lost on points. Ho, ho, ho. A railway track and a motorway walk into a bar. The railway track says, "Pipe for me, please, and one for the road." I've got a kind of a disgusting one, and it references Scottish and Irish people, who I love, and I mean no offence to them. But an Irishman goes into a bar, he runs in quite quickly, and he falls over, sliding on some poo that's on the ground. Falls over, gets up, dusts himself off, can't believe it. Scottish guy walks into the bar, right behind him, falls over on the poo, stands up, and the Irishman says, "I just did that." And the Scottish man punches him in the face. Snails move quickly because of their shells. Without them, they'd just be sluggish. How does a cow count? How does it count? I need the answer. Bangotchi Junction, Cowbourne. Got a couple of railway buffers going cheap. It was the end of the line sale. I see. So yeah, so how does a cow count? With a calculator. Moo. I see what you did there. That's older than me. Getting towards the end of this one, guys. Get to the brickwork soon. That's the exciting part. Wooden tour. A man goes into the doctor and says, "I think I have a hearing problem." Doctor, "Can you describe the symptoms?" Man, "Sure. Homer's fat and Marge has blue hair." Oh, that one, I just got that one. That's very good. Oh, that was my real laugh. Well done. Well done. I've decided to sell my Hoover. Well, it was just collecting dust. I'll read some more in a second. I'm just going to try and get some paint on. I'm having too much fun. Treble bass. I walked across the churchyard yesterday. Saw a man crouching by a grave. I shouted, "Morning!" He shouted back, "No, I'm having a poo." Morning. Oh, I see. Morning. Oh, it's kind of a sad but funny one. I have to write that one down though. How dark can we go? Exactly. I don't want to get blacklisted, guys. My naughty jokes that are coming on. It's Double O Neal Comedy Hour. Bring your own drinks. So how many of you saw my post to say I'm going to be doing videos tonight? So we'll do a live stream. Was it one? I'll hold off. I used to have a job as a proofreader, but they freed me for absolutely no reason. I see. Ohio steam. New Zealand and Aussie go to the beach. Okay. New Zealander says, "What you got there?" Aussie says, "An esky. It keeps hot things hot and cold things cold." That's not a very good accent. Not me. I got notified by YouTube. Okay, fine. I think I've seen an upcoming premiere video on my subs page. Okay, fine. So what you got inside, mate, says the Kiwi. An ice cream and a cup of coffee, says the Aussie. I don't know. Does that mean that's in the... I don't really know the culture. Or maybe I just don't get it. I don't get it. How often would you say you go live? I like your channel, and I'm curious. I especially love the logo detailing videos. Could even make for a good stream itself. Well, thank you. I've only just started doing it again because I found it easy just using my phone. It appears to be good enough. So that's currently why I'm kind of doing it again. And it also gives me, I don't know, motivations to engage with the channel. So that's kind of cool. I like doing my videos, but sometimes they can get exhausting. Anyone that does YouTube knows it. It's not always rewarding. The effort you put in doesn't then directly relate to what comes out the video. A bit of luck needs to go your way, unless you're just amazing. But it's, yeah, going live, even though there's 50 of you watching, I'm having a really nice time chatting. What happens to a fog's car when it breaks down? It gets towed away. I like it. That was alright. That was okay. That was kid friendly, that one. The great thing about streams is not necessarily having to edit. Yeah? Though I could do like a 9-hour long video if I'm doing a project and I unedited. You can listen to the movies that I'm watching. I wonder how many people would watch that, like the whole thing. I guess you could just run it in the background. Okay, who's googling jokes now? I think you can see I'm not googling anything for my one joke that I said. Live good to do. Yeah, lives are fun. I'm laughing at the ones I can't share. Yeah. Get the stream brought down. I've got a impressive sock collection. That's my big drawer. Oh, that's cool. Northern Line Junction. I'm just starting out on my YouTube, and I went from 5 to 17 subs last week, and I was buzzing. That's right, you know. It's if you can enjoy everything that happens like that, it kind of makes everything a lot nicer and easier. Got the last 2 bits to do now, and then we can start doing the bricks, which is the bit I've been looking forward to all night long. Like Lionel Richie, all night long. I need to speak to Tony at Tony's Trains to see if he gets this old rail match acrylic paint, because I know he's got some of the older enamel stuff, which I don't like using. You'll have to order a Mon Potter paint for me. Jaguar. I've also started a YouTube. I've started on the YouTube. Another account though. Uploading train spotting video a day, okay. As I have quite a few in the library. Well, that's cool. Flying Scotsman clips got quite a bit of attention. I think Flying Scotsman will always do well. I always think if I start on my YouTube channel again, if I did one just about Flying Scotsmans and Mallards, I'd have double the YouTube count. What do you think? Well, probably not, but you know. I missed the beginning. Are you using Vallejo airbrush? Oh, yeah, I did use the Vallejo paints to do the light stone colour to begin with. So like a USA sand colour. What is it? It is US Earth Yellow, it's called. And then this is just the Veil Match Dark Stone. I don't like enamels because they take ages to dry, which is one thing. They stay sticky for far too long, which makes it, you know, I can't get on with things. Whereas I can get the hairdryer out, quickly dry off the acrylic and then move on. I can dry with water. My room doesn't stink of methylated spirits. When I want to put them through the airbrush, I need to use spirits and things to clean them. And then my hands and my room stink even more of spirits, so you can see. No, that is very, very true. It's nice. I turn this on and I have all these nice people come onto the channel and we can chat, which is always nice. I had some of the best jokes tonight, which is fantastic. Thank you so much for the massive efforts from you all to tell me such terrible jokes. All good points. Yeah, so I'm not like Mr. Negative on it. It's just how I feel, and yeah, I know a lot of people that like enamels, but me not like it. Because I think some people would have bias on enamels, but that's because they've probably grown up with them. But I used to use them as a kid and used to get frustrated because they take so ages to dry, so long to dry, and I just didn't want to. Yeah, I was so happy once I started using the Games Workshop paints, like from their Citadel range. I'm gonna have us stuck with it, and Vallejo do such a stunning range. So, well, why not use these? one left, one left. And a few washes. Acrylics aren't great. I see. Okay. I know some people, they'll varnish their model, and then they use like inks and stuff like that to do the washes. So it runs differently. So it gets quiet when I'm concentrating, isn't it? I've got 52 people watching me paint little stripes on here. I appreciate you all hanging out. I take it you're doing something else whilst you've got this on. But it's nice that you're going to hang out with me whilst I'm doing this. Oh, it's feel really nice doing these, so it's cool. To speed up drying enamels, try quick drying thinners. Okay, that's cool. Alright, now I'm going to do the top edge here. I was hoping to get onto the bricks, but I do need to paint this bit. Oh, a lot quicker doing this, isn't it? Oh no, one of my bits fell off it. That's not good. Oh, that's the old air compressor came on. I literally just joined, never really spoke, but I appreciate the videos. It got me back into the hobby about 1 to 2 years ago. Even done up my own hobby overall. Nice, nice, good. It's good. It's good to have a go. Good to go and enjoy yourself. Got my cat cleaning itself behind me with his Morris Dancer bells. Yeah, over there, buddy. No, give himself a clean. That's Rocket that's behind me. He doesn't always feature on the episodes as much because he doesn't like to hang out as much. He does his own thing. Right, getting there, looking tidy. Anthony French. Currently planning a photo charter at the Amerton Railway for Sunday evening. That sounds like a good idea. I would come and join you, except my darling girlfriend is over, and she would appreciate me not abandoning her. Yeah, I didn't know what she'd think if I told her. So this is what we're doing today. We're gonna just spend all day photographing locomotives. I'll suggest it to her, see what she says. She says, have you ever done loco weathering before? I've done bits, nothing intense, not to the degree where you see some of the fantastic work that other people do. I do like the basic, easy weathering. Ooh, you go, buddy. Okay, so I just make sure my cat's alright. Harris, have you seen the new Grand Tour season 5 episode 2? I haven't. I haven't watched it. I've got Amazon, so I could watch it. I'm assuming it's very good. But is it a new episode? It's not. Like a bit of paint in the wrong place here, guys. We've got to avert the disaster by thinning the paint. And it's gone. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. That's cool, Harris. That's cool. See, I'm being very quiet here. Have you done a video on it? And if not, would you think about doing one? Have you ever done... Basically, I've done it on a few Locos. So the one that I did the most, so I got a Loco, what was it? It was a C... Is it called a C15? I got it when I went to the Seven Valley Railway. I can't remember what it was now. But I picked one up and I did, much heavier weathering on it. I can't remember what it was called. But yeah, you'll be able to see when you look at my thumb now, if it looks a bit weathered, I've probably weathered it. And you'll be able to see. So I do some light weathering on, like my Dapo Mana, like the tiniest bit of light weathering on the chassis. Yeah, so I've done bits, not too much. I always worry about ruining it a bit. Some people do it with a lot of confidence. But I'll have a play sometime. I think it's all about what's important to you at the time. Sometimes just painting up a Loco and detailing it and just making it look nice is good for me, even if it looks pristine. I've always got time to come back later and always make it look a bit more weathered. I think that's okay. Oh, I think that's all right. So the next step of what we're going to do is we're going to paint the bricks. Oh, that's fun. Might be worth to practice on a Lima model and said, yeah, or even, is anything, you could buy a toy, couldn't you? Right, that's our darker red. That's burnt sienna. And then I've got like a lighter red I like to use. Then I've got a bit of brown. I don't use too much of the brown, it's so overpowering. This is the stuff that Dan Everson showed me, which is cool. And then 30 quid for target practice with the airbrush. That's true. Cool. So this is an older brush I've got turned into like a stipply brush. The ends have gone really bad, so you're kind of recycling older stuff. So basically I start out little splodges. I might put a little bit brown in places, a little bit light colour, and you can always come back. If it's too dark and you're finding that think, oh, it looks terrible. No, that's fine, just give it a chance. You can come back in with some of the burnt sienna, make it look nicer. And then everything gets tied together anyway later when you do the mortar mix anyway, so it's all good. If you get some time, go check out New Junction's channel. He's recently been doing some work on Brickworks. He's done some cool techniques on that. It looks good what he's done. He didn't pay me to say that, I promise. Right. Anthony Fraser, hardest part of weathering are the first stroke of the airbrush and then knowing where to stop before you're going too far. It's very true. It would be nice if more manufacturers would make an option for weathered one. I think back when we started doing it for some, yeah. I see, you're going to have to pay out now, Richard. Maybe I was just trying to test to see if you're still watching. What are you up to, Richard? Anything exciting? editing images. What kinds of images? Something that you can't talk about. Trying to get any brickwork onto my nice painted area. I have to come back in and do that really carefully, the closer bits. Just go over and just make sure I stipple it so then it keeps that texture going. So it kind of starts to look kind of like that. If you find it's too light a shade, you add some brown. If it's too dark, you add the reds or go back to the yellowy colours, and that's that. Very exciting stuff. Really is. Blows your mind. So this is Dan Everton kind of showed me this way of doing it, which was very nice of him. I said, how would you do your brickwork? It's really good. He said, do it like this, don't tell anyone. Shh, I didn't tell anyone. You like the eroded metal weathering rather than the dust weathering. Tampo printing lends itself nicely to that type of surface corrosion. Thanks. You know, the beauty of this kind of stuff that we do, you can just have a bit more paint on it if you need to fix something. So it's good fun, isn't it? A bit too much paint in there. Finally done at work. Great listening to you while working. So what is the big advantages when you feel when using airbrushes versus brushes? Well, they have places, you know, when I've done this, you can't see any brush strokes kind of thing, and I find that's kind of, yeah, what we're after. Whereas all this, you know, you can't do this with an airbrush. Maybe you can, I just don't know how you do it. So yeah, that's the big thing. Airbrushes for painting logos, 100%, but when you do the black bits on them, then yeah, you're gonna have to use the old paintbrush. So yeah, horses for courses. I was returning new handles for my chisels today. Well, that's cool. I used to do wood turning when I was a kid. I've got the lathe still, a little record lathe. And probably what got me into engineering, that. It's coming out alright, isn't it? It's coming out alright. This is what I do when doing this. It's very fun, very enjoyable. Yeah, it takes some time, and it looks kind of great once it's done. I'm a bit worried about doing this bottom level because I think I'm going to get it in the wrong place. But fine. It'll be what it'll be, won't it? I was hoping I'd get at least this first base layer on tonight. And then, yeah. Basically, you let that dry. And then we go and do the mortar. But to be honest, the bricks look good. I feel like you don't even need to put the mortar on it. Looks really, really nice. So yeah, I'll just come in and do that bit really carefully when you're not watching, because you know you're going to put me off clearly. But yeah, it looks kind of nice, right? So yeah, and it's just a bit of stippling, right? You add a bit of brown here and there, and use a little bit of light. And then if you're not happy, just go back over with your burnt sienna, which is like your nice base colour for the bricks. Going quite therapeutic because you're stippling away. Oh, too much of the old yellow there. Let's mush that in. Got far too bright. But we can come back, can't we? I'm currently trying to repair a pre-owned A4 received from Hattons this evening. Who in their right mind super glue, sprung buffer, and the axle bearings? I guess someone that wasn't in their right mind. Or they just didn't know better, poor person. So this is far too bright at the moment, so I just need to work it in. And I can come back with some darker colours. There we go. The beauty of stippling also is not only does it add texture, it just makes sure that you don't have all the filling. Well, it's not filling up the mortar, which is good. So it kind of keeps that nice and adds even more texture. So that's cool. Well, it's coming out quite nicely. That's cool. Well, I'm glad you like it, because I like it too. Soon blends in, it soon dries off. So I'm going to finish up at 10, but when we finish up I'm going to read you a story, a Thomas the Tank Engine story. Is there any modern era logos that you like, or is it only steam? No, I like so not quite modern era, you know, like I like quite a lot the BR Blue diesels, you know. That's all cool. Obviously I know it's not modern era. Would it count if it's a class 37? that counts as modern era, right? So yeah, I like 37s. I've got a Backward one, but I do need to get myself an Acura Scale one at some point. I need to save up my pennies though. I'm waiting for Tony to give me 50% off for mentioning his shop so much. What do you think, Tony? Are you still listening? I've got some paint on the wrong bit. Shh. I said me with the 50% off. Oh, I like that. I'm sure Richard's laughing too. Now, this is coming out alright. Look at this. I think that we are on to a winner with this. Feels like a shame to go and do the water lines on it, because it, I don't know, it just looks, if I say so myself, amazing. Yeah, I'm sure they're very good. I'm sure they're very good. Yeah, there's still 37s about. The Acura scale 37 is lovely. Richard said he'd get me 50% off if I mentioned him in my next video. Well, did he? He never offered me that. I've been mentioning him all the time with his products that he's promoting and selling and stuff like that. So this is very exciting, isn't it? How many of you want to go and paint bricks now? He told you the same. Guy says it to everyone except me, doesn't he? I'm very sad I've not got in on this 50% off business. Spent all that time trying to get it off of Tony, and you guys get it off Richard. Next time I go and see Tony's trains of rugby, don't think he's going to let me in the shop. It'll be fine though. I'll buy something nice. He's a player. The offer was based on getting Tris to overpay by 200%. Yeah. You're painting one of your L-cut bridge gates as they speak. How are you getting on with the painting of it? Don't get it too damp. My main thing. Loving the brick effect. Well, thank you, Dale. Oh, time will tell, says Tony. Well, maybe the time, you know, I'll wait a bit of time before I come see you again, and you'll hopefully forget what I said about my 50% off you might give me, because I'm amazing. And mentioning Tony trains of rugby. You go have a sandwich at the cafe next door to it. You can go and enjoy a very lovely walk down the canal, and then you can go and spend all your hard-earned money at Tony's shop afterwards. You can get yourself an Acura scale 37 from him, or a Bachmann one. But preferably, you know, Acura scale 1, because, you know, Richard is listening and he'll appreciate it, because, yeah, for every sale that Tony does, Richard gets, you know, I think 50% of that sale. I'm joking, these are jokes. These are jokes. Right, so that is that. That's the t'other side. It's looking good. So I'm pretty happy with that. So, pretty good so far. Like you said, it all comes together with the mortar course. So we won't be doing that tonight because I need to do the back. But it's getting towards 10 o'clock. And what the plan is now, you know, there are 46 of you watching. Is there going to be a max exodus? Because I'm going to read you a story. First, you have to pick one out of the two. We have, in the blue corner, Edward, the blue engine. And in the red corner, James, the red engine. If I could have a pick of which one you'd like me to read, Maybe. Okay, so we got blue. So blue's looking good. So we got one for blue, one for blue. Right. We got anyone for red? We got blue. We got 2 for blue now. Okay, we've got 2 for blue. That's 2 for blue. Okay, right, cool. We got another blue. We got 3 blues now. We got 4 blues. Okay, we're getting up there. Couple more. Anyone for the red? Oh, we got James. Oh, okay, that's cool. We got James is in for 1. It might. Okay, we got blue and a red. And we got red. Oh, okay. See, purple. We ain't got that. We got red. Okay, it's catching up now. Anyone else? Anyone else for blues or reds? We gotta reach this little line here. We got another red. We've got so two reds, a blue, a red. We're kind of level pecking now. Another red, blue, Harris blue. We've got blue from treble bass. I would argue. Oh no, it's the same. Red. Oh, you said it twice. I can't have it. Oh, there was a who. I think James is winning this one. You've said it's 3 times down rather than line junction. I can't keep pushing it every time we say it. Right, we're going for red then. Sorry, we'll do blue next time, okay? Right, now we've got a few stories in here. Look at this beautiful artwork in here. Look at that. That's absolutely amazing. Look at that. It's really, really good. How many people are leaving? See you next time. See you later, Redvers. Okay, so we'll read the first story in this book. So, what other books have we got in here? Is this all one story? Fantastic. Right, we're ready for this, everyone. We've got 45 watching, 44 watching. Well, anyone that's leaving now, great having you in. 43 watching now, right? You're all leaving. Right. James and the Top Hat. James was a new engine who lived at the station at the other end of the line. He had 2 small wheels in the front and 6 driving wheels behind. They weren't as big as Gordon's, and they weren't as small as Thomas's. You're a special mixed traffic engine, the Fat Controller told him. You'll be able to pull coaches or trucks quite easily. But the trucks are not easy things to manage, and on his first day they had pushed him down a hill into a field. He had been ill after the accident, but now he had new brakes and a shining coat of red paint. The red paint will cheer you up after your accident, said the Fat Controller kindly. You are to pull coaches today, and Edward shall help you. They went together to find coaches. Be careful with the coaches, James, said Edward. They don't like to be bumped. Trucks are silly and noisy. They need to be bumped and taught to behave, but coaches will get cross and pay you out. They took the coaches to the platform, and were both coupled onto the front. They were both coupled onto the front. The Fat Controller, the station master, and some silly boys all came to admire James' shining rods and red paint. James was pleased. I am a really splendid engine, he thought, and suddenly let off steam. Whoosh! The Fat Controller, the station master, and the guard all jumped, and a shower of water fell on the Fat Controller's nice new top hat. Just then the whistle blew, and James thought they had better go, so they went. Go on, he puffed to Edward. Don't push, puffed Edward, for he did not like to be started quickly. Don't go so fast, grumbled the coaches, but James did not listen. He wanted to run away before the Fat Controller could call him back. He didn't even want to stop at the first station. Edward tried hard to stop, but the 2 coaches in front were beyond the platform before they stopped, and they had to go back and let the passengers out. Lots of people came to look at James, and, as no one seemed to know about the Fat Controller's top hat, James felt happier. Presently, they came to the junction where Thomas was waiting with his 2 coaches. Hello, James, said Thomas kindly. Feeling better? That's right. That's the guard's whistle. I must go. Sorry, I can't stop. I don't know what the Fat Controller would do without me to run this branch line. And he puffed off importantly with his 2 coaches into a tunnel. Leaving the junction, they passed the field where James had had his accident. The fence was mended and the cows were back again. James whistled, but they paid no attention. They clattered through Edward's station yard and started to climb the hill beyond. It's ever so steep, puffed James. I've done it before, puffed Edward. It's steep, but we'll do it. The two engines puffed together as they pulled the train up the long hill. They both rested at the next station. Edward told James how Gordon had stuck on the hill and he had to push him up. James laughed so much that he got hiccups and surprised an old lady in a black bonnet. She dropped her parcels, and 3 porters and the station master and the guard had to run after her, picking them up. James was quiet in the shed that night. He had enjoyed his day, but he was a little afraid of what the Fat Controller would say about the top hat. And that was the story. There's 40 of you still watching. What are you doing? Anyway, I'll be back another week. Maybe next week. Who knows? But it's been a pleasure having you all on. Thank you as always. You want more? Oh. Maybe we'll do more next time. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. It's been a pleasure having you for the past 2 hours. I've enjoyed myself a lot. Just tilt myself up to the red face. This is our finished article for the night. Looks okay. It will be great sitting there. But anyway, we'll do an encore next time, Richard. We'll do 2 stories. Do one from red, one from blue. But anyway, thank you as always. Share what I've been up to, show people what I've been doing. It's good to see things grow. Come subscribe to the channel if you don't already subscribe. Leave a comment, say just how amazing this stream was, and hit that like button before you leave. Anyway, take care, look after yourselves. If I don't see you soon, well, I'll see you next time. Take care. Bye bye. I'll just hit the leave button. How do we hit the leave? There we go. Here's a little X. Bye bye.